story.
Dr. Jeannie
We started with
Snyder,
the loaves
check
of
her out. Do you
dishes.
cherish your freedoms? Welcome. We're going to be going
Loaves of
live.
dishes. They
We're already
weren't
live.
good.
We're going to
In
start our
fact, as I
segment
was
shortly
reading, doing
talking
some
about, do
research, it
you
was
cherish
probably
your
like
freedoms
kind of scrawny
on this
fish
special
and
Memorial
maybe
Day
dry loaves.
episode? Dr. Jeannie Snyder talking right
And
now.
yet
Hey,
it
Portia, good morning.
multiplied, made
Hey,
feed
Marvin, good morning. Hey,
5,000.
Convos.
Think about what when you bring something to
You're now hearing the
either
voice
this
of Dr. Jeannie
stage
Snyder
or when you bring
as she
something
concludes
to
her segment on Breakfast with
coming to a
Champions.
conference, coming
I'm
to,
Ramon Ray,
doesn't have to be
obviously.
Pentecost. It doesn't have to be the Feast of Weeks, but here we celebrate the Feast
Everybody
of
does
Weeks.
celebrate
So
Memorial
think
Day
about it.
today,
Where do you need to bring
but it
that?
is a big
Is it going
U.S.
to
holiday, so I'm
EYA?
going to touch on it
Is it
today. I
going to
wasn't,
another BWC
but I think it's
sponsored
time
event?
for me to touch on
What
it.
is it you're bringing?
I make it a little
And
political, but a
what
little
we multiply
spicy. People
because
may not
you
like what they
connect it
hear,
for
but in
two.
about 2 minutes,
Um,
I'm going to dive into
Catherine
my
Dahl just came to the
segment
stage. Catherine, thank you for sharing the room.
today.
And Kim, thank you for sharing the room. We have 1
I hope
minute
you're
left.
well.
Catherine, are you about to speak up?
Hope you're being excited.
I am, and
Hope
I'll
you're
be
making
really
impact.
All right,
quick.
30 seconds. 30 seconds. Go, 'cause Ramon's
Okay,
gonna show
literally last year, in a period of 6 months, I was given some kind of a direct.
Thank you for letting me know. How's that better, Portia? Is that better? Thank you, Portia, for letting me know that. Is that a little better? Let me know, Portia. That's better. I turned down the other people. I was letting you hear them. Let me know if that's a little better or not so better.
That I literally have been sitting on. I've shared briefly, but recently, over the past week, I decided that I was really going to start sharing. So I can't believe my voice is shaking. I've been on this stage before, but I guess it's vulnerable.
That's a good sign. That's
Yeah.
good
Okay. Thank you,
sign.
Portia.
And so I actually put up a Kickstarter campaign for it. Putting it out there, deciding that marketing is
When
going
Dr.
to be
Jeannie's
the most
done there with her
primary
segment, I'll
thing for
go.
me
Hey, Steven.
this week for that. So here I haven't just shared that with y'all,
Good
and I
morning.
was scared.
Catherine, thank you. We've got to move over, but how brave was that? Let's give some hearts and emojis for Catherine Dahl, and we're going to be looking for that card deck. I really appreciate your sharing the room, and I appreciate your sharing that thought. I am now going to introduce to you.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
And I like when people say, doesn't need any introduction, because he does. Ramon Ray, unapologetically, not boring, unapologetically
All right. All
positive
right.
here
Good morning.
in
Here we go.
BWC. Ramon Ray
10
inspires
more
our
seconds.
high energy, an in-demand international motivational speaker. He will be at EYA, I believe, later this week. He was just the event host and MC at VCon, a leading expert on personal branding and small business
get things
growth.
ready. We're going to talk about
I just
cherishing
heard
your
this morning
freedoms
on
today.
June 3rd, he's going to be on LinkedIn Live with Seth Godin, a serial entrepreneur. He's the publisher of Zone of Genius and BWC Daily, which we know, but we want the world to know. And he is everywhere, but he is here today. I present to you our friend, our favorite, the celebrity CEO, Ramon Ray. Let's unmic and cheer for Ramon.
Dr. Jeannie, thank you for the cheers. Thank you. I received that, Dr. Jeannie. Thank you all. Thank you all. Sounds like the wolf pack. Dr. Jeannie, thank you for that warm introduction. It does feel good to be introduced. Not just me, but I think all of us. You're right. Sometimes, I'm at Dr. Jeannie's house. Dr. Jeannie needs no introduction. Well, maybe she had 3 neighbors who just moved in and have no clue who Dr. Jeannie is, so she deserved an introduction. Am I right, Dr. Jeannie?
That is so right. I always, I kind of cringe when I hear somebody say, needs no introduction. Yes, we do.
Yes.
We need to introduce each other. That's the power of 2.
Same thing happens in my church from time to time. Like, hey, everybody, you all know what happened. This happened to us, and so we're fine now. And I'm like, no, 50% of the people knew what happened, but the other 50%, which was me, have no clue what happened to you. So you got to give the recap.
And just got left out.
Dr. Jeannie Snyder, thank you for an amazing, amazing segment. That was Dr. Jeannie Snyder, who helped you get into your genius. You definitely want to follow Dr. Jeannie across her platforms. See her website at jeanniesnyder.com. Those who are looking at me live on Instagram, live on LinkedIn, live on Twitter, live on Facebook, live on YouTube, I have a special segment today that may be controversial to some, probably nobody in the Breakfast with Champions community. But I'm going to talk about something that I don't talk about too much. And it was prompted by my friend Mary Lynn Wilkins' episode. And the topic is, do we cherish our freedoms enough? I'm not a political commentator by any stretch of the imagination, but I wanted to touch on this today because I think it is so important. This special day we celebrate Memorial Day. And whether you're hearing this live on Memorial Day or you're hearing this weeks, days after, I believe this may be an important to you. Hey, Anna Joe, good morning. Matthew's here. Portia's here on the Instagram side, and others will be joining on the LinkedIn side and more. And good morning again to our Clubhouse audience, Dre, Bald, and Angeline. Angeline, thanks for being such a sharer of the value that I've brought to you, Angeline. Thank you. I get like at least 45 people a day. Oh my God, Angeline said we got to check you out, Ramon. So thank you, Angeline. I appreciate that. Dr. Jeannie, again, good morning. Mary Lynn, Dora Maria, good morning. Christina, thank you for your share today, and you're part of the American military service, your service to the country. It is appreciated. I'm going to touch on that a bit today, Christina, as best as I can. Marvin, good morning, brother. Selena, good morning. Arpit, what a consistent face and voice you are, Arpit, here. And Maria and Felicia and Michael, Kimberly and Amanda and Trish on the Clubhouse side. Good morning. Good morning. Ree and Mary and so many others. So again, keep that chat lit. That chat is always a great way to affirm and comment about what you shared. Remember to join the Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/BWC Daily, where we can continue this conversation. So good morning, everybody. This is Breakfast with Champions. For those who are just new, just here, or those who've been here a little bit and still not sure what it is, motivation, education, inspiration with a high dose of positivity every single morning, just about Monday through Saturday, 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are here to help you live your best life and or to grow your business. This community was founded by Glenn Lundy, now led in some ways by Ramon Ray. It's really led by Dora Maria. But anyways, led by an amazing team of people, and we are glad to bring this community to you. But I do suggest really you check out the Facebook group. I think there's some promise there where we continue these discussions. Hey, Sylvie, did you use the bonjour, hola? Continue these discussions as well. So check that out. And also sign up for BWC Daily. BWC Daily is our hosts that choose to share their amazing shares. You'll get that in your email box about once a week. So bwcdaily.com, sign up for that. And our Facebook group, facebook.com/group/BWC Daily. Let me jump into what I wanted to share today. As I was watching this live, you can see the cool graphic I put together. Freedom. Do you cherish your freedom? I hope this goes well. I hope it doesn't get too divisive, too angst creating, too political creating. I'm a highly political being in private, but I hope you understand the spirit with which I share it. And we do have a global community of people, so I hope you'll understand today is Memorial Day in America, and I'm going to touch a bit about the American lens, through the American lens of Memorial Day, and what it may mean to me, and what maybe we all may be missing. What we all may be missing. Today's a special day in America. And again, God bless all of you who are in countries and you have your military service. You should support them and say thank you to them. Your police officers, your firefighters, your first responders, they have to go into danger. They have to go towards the line of fire. They have to go towards where they normally don't want to go. We can run from it. They have to go towards it. They're a special group of people, and they deserve our respect and honor. So here's what I wanted to share today in the few minutes that we have. I've been around the world, as many of you have. Many of you have been around the world. Many Americans, my understanding, don't have passports. But many of you do, and many of you have been around the world. Thank you, Facebook user. Thank you, thank you. I see those comments coming in. Many people love America. America still stands as a beacon of freedom to the world. With all of our sins, with all of our problems, with all of our angst, with all of some of our dark history, we still stand as a beacon of freedom to the world. We still do. When you go to Haiti, people want to come here. When you go to Europe, people want to come here. When you go to South America, people want to come here. We still stand as a beacon of freedom to the world. And I think we forget that sometimes because we have it so much. And until you lose it, you don't realize what you have. I have friends of mine from India, democratic country, as it were, and a great country. There's a lot of poverty there, of course. But they say just a simple thing, Ramon, the bribery gets them. This doesn't happen. This doesn't happen. You got to go give this money to somebody to get things through. Yeah, we have our issues in America, but it's nothing like other parts of the world. When the state trooper pulls you over, you're going to get a ticket and be on your way. That's a blessing that we have. Thank you, Christina, for posting in the Facebook group. So America is a beacon of freedom to the world. And I think we don't understand that or appreciate it too much, regardless of the angst we have. America is a light of hope to the world. You go to Europe, first-rate country, first-rate continent. Yes, absolutely. And even they salivate at our entrepreneurial drive. You go to South America, they salivate at the entrepreneurial drive and the freedoms we have. You go shopping for something in Venezuela, you'll wish you had a ShopRite. And let me look in the BWC chat to make sure I'm not going off the rails here, because I hope this is not bad. Okay, good. I guess it's not too bad. Okay, nobody canceled me yet. Good. So, and yes, indeed, America was birthed out of a desire for freedom. And I do acknowledge part of that birth in our history was some dark stuff. Slavery, we did to the Indians, women's rights, and war, and all these evil things. Why? Because we're all human. So in the midst of all good are various degrees of evil. This is it. For sure. Me being the father I can be, the husband I can be, I still screw up, make mistakes, and I have sins to repent of. Yes. Yes. My 25-year-old daughter and almost 30-year-old son, I have to apologize to them. I do apologize to them. We were together with my daughter last night in New York City, having a great time. There's things I could have done better, things that I regret. But on Father's Day, she still says, Happy Father's Day. On Father's Day, my son still says, Happy Father's Day. My wife, amongst all my problems, still acknowledges, thank you for being my husband and a good father. So I see this as America many times. We are a country that is failing forward. We've had many dark sins, many dark areas. Our wars, maybe all of them, maybe none of them have been just. There's been some political thing on it. But guess what? There's a drop or more of still justice to free somebody. You can argue this or that. Should we have been here? Should we have been that? Is it economic or not? Should we have been to this war? Should we have been to that war? All those things I'm not going to legislate today. But I'm going to hone in on the fact there's still a percentage of freedom that America brings to various parts of the world. When there's an earthquake in some godforsaken place that has nothing, when their economy is trashed, when their concrete is fallen, when they have nothing, you can still see bags of rice that say U.S. aid on it, because we're still a beacon of freedom and a hope of freedom to the world. Amongst all of our sins, good morning, Brian. Amongst all that we have problems are, we still are a beacon to the world. And I don't know if we cherish that enough. We focus so much on systemic that, systemic this. We're not doing enough of that. We're not doing enough of this. All these things we can legislate about. All these things we could talk about. Breakfast with Champions is all about making sure there's a room at the table for everyone. Yes. And we are all about making sure that we can still have the freedoms we all want and cherish. Because I'm making a seat at the table doesn't mean I can't have steak. And we get it backwards. Because you want a seat at the table doesn't mean I can't eat what I want, dress what I want, talk what I want, do what I want. And because I want to do what I want doesn't mean I should put my boot on your neck and stifle your progress. It's an equilibrium. And I'm not a scientist. I don't study this. I'm no Jordan Peterson. So maybe some of the stuff I'm saying is off base. Forgive me for that. Give me a little latitude. But today, as we celebrate Memorial Day in America, I want to turn the dial a bit and let my voice be heard as best I can, because it's been quenched sometimes. And I don't normally talk like this. I stick to a fine, narrow road of business. But I want to acknowledge, thank you for those on Facebook and LinkedIn and on IG. I want to acknowledge, though, America is still a beacon of hope to the world. America is still a beacon of light to so many. When you come to America and you see the lines at the airport, those U.S. citizens, green card holders, and others, and the other look at us with envy and want to be us in a good way. Give me some latitude. You feel what I mean? Not because of me, but because of what America stands for, regardless of her sins, regardless of things she's done, as we all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. Yes, but we have what we have, and we have to deal with what we have when we have it. So I ask you today, those who are watching this on live video can see it, little banner I put there. I'm going to show it again because I created it in Canva. Do you cherish your freedom? Do you cherish it enough? Or do you sit and complain? Because you want to save the world, do you want to limit my freedoms? And because maybe you think, I don't want to save the world, do I limit your freedoms? Or are we just in a fighting mode? Everybody wants their little fiefdom. Everybody wants their little alphabet. Everybody wants their little division. Everybody wants their little segmentation. We fought not to be segregated. Now we are fighting to be more segregated. It has to stop somewhere. Absolutely, I'm a black man. Yes, you can see my skin color. I'm as black as Dr. Jeannie is white. Trust me on that. And that's just biology. And yes, Dora's path is different than my path. Marilyn's path is different than my path. My path is different than Brian Hess's path. Brian Hess's path is different than Sylvie DiGiuso's path. Yes. But at the end of the day, as I talk in my talks, when I talk about human connections in a digital world, a resounding keynote that's taking place more and more and more. When you look at that, we all want to be hugged. We all want to be loved. We all want to be appreciated. We all want to be affirmed. We all want to be thanked. We all want to be told you are special and you can do it. And as Glenn Lundy says, be the best version of yourself who God made you to be, not less, not equal to, but be the best version that you can. This is the message of the day on this special Memorial Day. I was going to talk about business. I was going to talk about celebrity CEO. I was going to talk about personal branding. I was going to talk about something else. I was going to talk about VCon. I was going to talk about me being in St. Martin's with hundreds of people and impacting that stage. So many things I was going to talk about today. But Marilyn triggered something within me. Thank you, Brian. That today is a special day and we need to acknowledge it. We can be different. Maybe you think the whole world should be vegan. That's fine. Maybe I think the whole world should be an animal slaughtering carnivore place. That's fine. We can respect each other's differences and still embrace each other and appreciate each other. I can get to some red button topics. And you know what? I'm going to jump into this right now. And I hope I do it. You know what? No, I'm not going to jump into that. No, I am going to jump into that. We can talk about the abortion debate all day long. We can talk about this debate, that debate, sexual this, sex. We can talk about all these things all day long. There's a place for that. People have a right to have their views. I get that. There's Baptists and Anglicans and Anglicans and Presbyterians and Pentecostals. There's all kind of people. But we can still be people. I don't have to slash and burn down you because I don't like your views. And yes, I know it's hard because you think you're right. I think I'm right. But isn't there a time, people, when we can cherish the freedoms we have? Because if 50% of America dominate and say this is the way it is, it has to be this. This means that we then are in totalitarianism. We're in a dictatorship because my freedoms are squelched. And if I believe that I'm right in the 50% and I want to squelch your freedoms, I want to squelch what you want to do, that means I'm leading a dictatorship and I'm squelching your rights. This is what people are here for. We want to live our lives in peace. Let me raise my children the way I believe they should be raised. You raise your children the way you believe they should be raised. Maybe you think you should feed your children 10 cups of sugar a day. I know it's unhealthy. You get my point. Give me some latitude humor here. But you be the best parent you can be and raise your children the way you want to raise your children. Educate your children the way you want to educate your children. Give them the religion or not religion the way you want to do it. You're their parent. That's your right. As they've been birthed inside you and born. That's your right. Let me raise my children the way I want to raise my children the best I can. This is what people are coming here for freedom. And I wonder, do we cherish our freedom enough? Are we so focused on being right? Am I so focused on pulling down? Am I so focused on saying, I don't like you? Am I so focused on segmentation, segregation, and division that I forget that we're just people? I hope you understand what I mean. And there's a time for war. There's a time to say, no, this line shall you not cross. I get it. I can hear some of my friends telling me that. I get it. And I can be very political. Absolutely. I do think maybe some things are, not maybe, some things are right and some things are wrong. However, in the greater spectrum of human being, I can still respect my neighbors. They want to live their life the way they want to live it. Go for it. But do not infringe on my right to live how I want to live, because I won't infringe on your right. This is the problem, people. We are so focused on being diverse, equitable, and inclusive that we become totalitarian, in my humble opinion. We are so focused on saving the whales that we jail everybody. We are so focused on making money, whatever the other side may be, so focused on raising taxes that we forget to help the poor. We're so focused on helping the poor that we forget to give freedom to the rich. We can do better. We can do better. Let me just make sure my mic wasn't cut on the clubhouse side, because they could have okay, no, my mic wasn't cut yet. Woo, okay. Thank you, Christina. Woo, I thought it was. Can somebody bring me some water, please? Thank you, thank you. Somebody bring me a towel. Okay, we got 11 minutes to go. I'm gonna end this stream in a minute and get on Clubhouse. I can't even slurp my coffee right. But that's how I feel. I think on that, I'm gonna see what my friends on the Clubhouse side want to say. And again, this is a multi-stream audio. So what I'm going to do quickly here, if anybody on the IG side wants to join me live, I love testing out the technology. You can hit the little button that says join Ramon live or whatever it is, and I'll bring you live on IG, and people hear the audience. People can hear the audio. Anybody in the Clubhouse side, don't flash your mic, don't raise your hand, don't wait to be called, because I don't roll that way. If you got something to say, this is the time now. On the IG side, put your little hand up, and I'll bring you up. Please don't be a spammer. Don't be a hacker. Don't be a lurker. Don't troll. That's not cool. On the Clubhouse side, you can unmic whenever you like and just say, yo, Ramon, and I'll know it's you. But I will give 3 minutes of silence, 3 seconds of silence. Here we go. 1, 2.
Amanda Sanner.
Amanda, it's all you.
Good
Go.
morning.
Hey, Amanda.
Hi. I actually had freedom as my word of intention in 2022. And freedom for me, what this is bringing up for me is all of the ways that there is or is not freedom that maybe we don't think of as freedom. And for me, that came up in my mental, emotional, in that sector of just all the ways that I was imprisoning myself with just my own thoughts or emotions and aspects of relationships. And it was quite freeing to put some emphasis on that and to take control of that. So that's where that took me. So thank you.
Wow, Amanda, I love that. The chains we put on ourselves in our mind, that was powerful. Thank you for taking the time to unmic and join me on here. I appreciate you, Amanda. All right, who's next? Again, on the IG side, you're welcome to do the little join me live, and I'd love to have you live on video, or on the Clubhouse side, just unmic, say your name loud and clear. And
hey, Ramon, it's Bella.
Bella, the mic is yours. Bella, the mic is yours. I don't know. I can't hear you.
Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I was waiting
for
the cue.
No,
First of all, Ramon. I want to say grand rising, as I like to say. And I like to say, always I'm bringing shalom, peace, nothing broken, nothing missing in everyone's life. And I do mean that. Ramon, you really shook me up. I kind of popped in this room, and I popped in the right time hearing your passion. And I just personally want to say thank you, coming from a family of 4 brothers who served in each armed force, and a dad that was in World War II. I grew up very knowing who I am and about wars. And so I really want to say thank you, Ramon. Thank you, and thank you. Back to you,
Oh,
sir.
Bella, thank you so much. You know, one thing I learned from Adam Smith, Bella, is that the aspect of power, and again, this is the equilibrium, because when power goes wrong, what I'm about to say doesn't work. But yesterday I was out in Times Square with my niece and my daughter. And I often, I don't know why, probably because I watch a lot of movies, studied some martial arts, never did anything real, like a little bit real, but I study a lot. And I think it's part of it's God-given. I just have a protection mode about me, Bella, holding doors and things of this nature. I usually walk behind them, surveilling, looking for people doing anything nefarious. And I have that mode. My point being is that when you're strong and confident, nobody has to worry about you. They want you with them, Bella, right? Because you're strong. You're a security blanket. Somebody with a gun, don't bother me. He's good. So I hope that that's kind of what I got from what you said as well. You know, that when you're strong, you can protect the other. You can make the world a better place. And Bella, thank you what you bring to this mic. Your voice, your shares are always powerful and amazing. And I'm so glad you're in the Breakfast with Champions community at bwcdaily.com. Thank you, Bella. All right, all
And
right.
Ramon, I'm going to say
Yes,
thank
ma'am.
you. I really appreciate that. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Have a great day.
Indeed. We got 6 minutes to go. So before I'm going to continue on Clubhouse in a minute, but I just want to say, Instagram audience, thank you for joining us. And I know you got to run. I am. Thank you for joining us. I'm going to end the Instagram share right now, do end video. And then thanks for joining us across other platforms, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, and etc. Thank you for joining us. Share this message out with those who need it. Let me hit end broadcast.